Hi there, Gonza here. Welcome to another video in my recording studio here in Santiago, Chile. Welcome again. Thank you for all the comments in the previous videos. Thank you for all the comments and good comments about my single Blue Civil. Soon I will be uploading a new song, so beware. And in this video I want to talk about the B100 Deluxe, channel 2 and channel 3, the brown eye channels of the amp. This will be almost the last of the saga. The last chapter of the saga will be the comparison between the Friedman and the Marshall, but this is going to be a fun one, maybe a long one, I don't know. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It's absolutely free and you get a lot of fun content, I think. Videos of gear, guitars, music, everything you want, really. Not cook. This is not a cooking channel, but it's totally free. So if you feel like you want to subscribe, just do it, man. Just do it. It's all good. So channel 2 and 2.5, let's say the HBE. The stock, people say that the legacy B100 amp was a little darker in comparison to this one. This one is more open, and Dave Friedman actually confirmed that to me in a Zoom call that we had a few weeks ago. So he opened the sound of the amp, but still there's some settings that can get you to the B legacy sound. This amp has a lot of things, has a lot of switches. Let's go to the power amp switch options. You have your presence and your thumb, that would be the higher EQ on the amp and the lower range. And you have two switches that help you to choose what is the range of these two knobs. And one is response, that is the negative feedback value of the amp. So you have three positions where one is super open and aggressive. Second position, the second position which is the right position for you. It's standard position, and the middle position is and the left position. This left, it's the darker position, but it's tailoring the presence knob. And the frequency is the same, but with the thumb. You have very low sub-lows, which in YouTube is kind of impossible to hear. You have standard, and you have one that is in the upper mid, lower mid range. That is interesting, but for some people may be interesting. I like standard mostly. And you have system volume, which is the master volume for the whole amplifier, and it's a volume that is after the effects loop, so it's kind of the return level, really. Yeah, that is the power. Of course, those switches and knobs affects the whole amp, the 3 channels. So that's why you have some extra controls on presence thing in channel 1. So you can think about the channel 1 as a whole independent thing. And you use the power settings for the B and the HBE. I think about that. I think in that way. And I think it works. So what is the difference between brown eye and hairy brown eye? They are the same channel, but in the HBE it's a half of a tube added, so it's one gain stage more. So you have more gain basically, but it's the same sound. They told me that when it switches to the HBE, there's a little bit of voicing EQ thing change situation that it happens, which is not happening in the BE50 Deluxe, for example. In the BE50 you go from BE to HBE, the only difference is the gain amount. and in the B100 Deluxe there's a little bit more. What I hear, it's has a little bit more hair, so it has a little bit more like a presence thing going on. It's not exactly the same sound, super close, but not super, it's not the same. Let's go hear it. I will show you what is the differences on the sound with each switch, and what is the difference between HBE and BE. So let's go. Friedman B100 Deluxe, channel 2, channel 3, they share everything except gain knobs and master knobs. So let's check that out. Let's check the gain range. This overlaps super well with the channel 1, so you can get nice sounds and a very nice transition between channels. That is great. And this channel is super versatile and has a lot of gain options basically. So this will be like a medium to high gain situation. Yeah, let's go. This is the channel is done. Yeah, I want to show you the front switches. The voice switch is just a voicing switch. In the middle it's the standard, and it just dunks, it gets darker basically. So you have super dark, standard. I prefer that. The frequency and response are in the power section, and it tailors the low end and the super high end. And the video, it will be hard to get that. Except in the frequency in the middle position is more like low mids, so that you can hear it. But the other ones, you have to feel it. You have to feel the cabinet. The response switch, it's the super highs. In the middle is super aggressive. To the left is darker than to the right, which is the standard. So the switches in the front, I use it like that. Voice in the middle, response to the right, and frequency to the right or to the left, depending on my mood, right? So I will cycle through the gain structure switch, playing a riff, and you can tell the difference, the gain difference. So let's start with lowest gain. So the difference in gain, it's pretty obvious, and all of the three of them are very useful. I like the lowest gain structure position, but I will show you why. Because it doesn't have that much gain. It's more like a classic rock thing, but I will show you why. So I put it in the lowest position of gain structure. Super clear. But now C45, this is a switch that I love. It adds saturation and a little bit more gain to the mids and high mids. It's very weird. It's kind of dependent on the frequency, but it adds a little bit a sweetener. It's super nice, super nice. Check this out. So it adds, like, it opens up a little bit the amp with a little bit more gain and the mids. I like that. Let's go to the saturation switch, and this is very obvious. The volume drops a lot and you have more gain, less mids, so it kind of scoops the sound, kind of make it rounder with more gain and more compression, basically. Gain structure in the lowest, C45 engage. So there, it's the saturation engage. I compensated with the masters, so hopefully you're hearing it with the same volume. And this is the setting that I like the most, with the fat engage as well. I feel a super nice crunch channel, and it cleans up very well with good pickups. It will be super clean. You can solo, even you can solo with that. And of course you have the HBE, which is a gain stage, one more gain stage. And honestly, I don't need more gain, but you can have more gain, of course. So let's check that out. I'm going to switch gain structures in the BE, and then I'm going to go to the HBE. Gain structure, lowest, saturation engage, C45 engage, and you have this sound. So here you have all the gain in the BE channel. The gain is maxed, and you have a little bit of hiss, but it's super heavy right now. Even if I put the middle down a little bit, super heavy, and then I can go to the HBE. That is crazy gain. Even there you have some chances to get a clean sound. but it's a lot of game, really. That is a lot of gain, guys. So if you have the chance to check one of these or to buy one of these, go for it. It will be your last amp, I'm pretty sure of that. So Gonza out. I'll see you next time in another video if the pandemic allows it. Ciao, guys.